Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Elliot. I'm here to do a little bit of a coding session with you guys. I think today what I want to focus on is embeddings on NEAR.Social. So a little bit over a month ago, Eugene the Dream made this post about embeddings on NEAR.Social. He did this beta attempt at it, where he pretty much embedded it with kind of like how you embed images in Markdown. But he had some questions about how we could probably improve it. And I've had some ideas that I've been kind of sitting on, and I'm thinking that we could work through that today. So embeddings look like this right here. So this is an example of an embedding post. And it has to do with when we parse this from the Markdown, it checks this little bit. It sees that there is bracket, embed, closed bracket. And then it knows to render the embed widget with this passed along to it. And then inside this embed widget, we've got an embed map, which says that if there is a post to embed, then we want to make it look like how it is. We clean up the URL, and then we return the widget source with the props passed. So the thing that I'm thinking about for this is this is cool and all, but there's this whitelist. How do you get on the whitelist to make sure that your widget can be embedded? For example, what if we wanted to embed easy pull or images, NFTs, videos, all this type of stuff? And especially without having to go through a centralized authority to make sure that it gets added to their widget, which maybe that's the way to go. But I think that there's other ways to explore, and that's what we're going to do today. I've been thinking a lot about how a user's settings could dictate whether or not an embedding is installed, and that decides whether or not it gets rendered. So you are prompted with the option to install an embedding if it's not available, and then and with that, we need attribution for whether or not embeddings are trusted, yada, 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 all that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and let's just get into it then. I think the first thing that I want to do is, because this was a month ago, I do want a most recent embedding. So I'm going to go ahead and embed this post. So to do that, we want a link to it, and then we want to follow this. We want embed, bracket, and then pass the link, I believe. Right? Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's do that post. Think about embeds today. Cool. So let's post it. As we can see within the text, we just have this embed tag, and that's what gets parsed, and that's what decides to embed that post. So let's do that. It sounds like transactions are going kind of slow today because of all the neat stuff that is happening. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and set up a boss workspace. So I've created this new directory called embeds. Inside of it, we're going to make one called, well, first, let's go ahead and npm init. Call embeds. Don't really care about a whole lot of this. MIT. And then, yes, that's good. Okay. Now we've got our new directory. Let's npm install. We're going to use a specific version of it. Let's see where I can get this really quick. Okay. No, not that. So hopefully by the time people are watching this, it's just going to be an easy npm boss workspace, but we're having an issue at the moment. So right now it's going to be git plus near builders / boss workspace #main. Cool. It also looks like our post worked. Nice. Okay, so to get the boss workspace going, we want to make a directory called apps, and then inside that apps directory, we want to name the app. Let's just call it embed. Inside of embeds, we want widget. So cd apps embeds. We need to create a boss.config.json, and then inside widget, we can make a, let's just do hello.jsx just to get it going. Cool. Open this up in VS Code. So this is what it looks like. Inside boss.config.json, we want to define our app account, which is what we're going to be deploying off of. It honestly doesn't even have to be a real account since we're just working locally. Let's just do embeds.near. And then make sure it works. Okay. So from inside of this, since we have boss workspace installed in the directory, we can create a dev script that does boss workspace dev. npm run dev. All right, our widgets are being served. We can see our component code here. And then in order to actually look at it, you can either go to Everything.dev or NEAR.org. We want to make sure that we set our flags. And then we're good to go. So we saved at embeds.near/hello, hello world. Very cool. Okay, so I've got a couple of widgets that are open that I think are really relevant in figuring all this out. So let's go ahead and first copy over this embed widget. This is the one that Eugene the Dream made. We'll call it embed. Let's also make a local post feed so that we can test some things. And then let's also do let's just leave it at that. I think that's good. Okay, so to do a post feed, I've got this little helper right here. And this will return. We want to track the main post. And let's just have it be placed back here. I think that this is an array. All right, let's see. Cool. So we've got our little test feed up and going really quick. Let's make it look like some posts. So what we can do is mob.near widget, and let's find the typical NEAR.Social post. And in it, it takes an account ID, which is P account ID, and then a block height, which is P block height. Let's make sure that this works. Cool. We've got a post feed up and running that we can start testing and looking at. And let's make sure that it shows our embeds. It is very cool. Okay. First thing that we want to do is, and thanks for bearing with me right now. We're just working to build our environment so that we can actually build and test our ideas, this new embed way that we're going to do this. So we need this post to use our local embeds.near widget embed widget instead of mob.near embed. So I think that means that we need to use a local post. So let's go ahead and pull that code over. Now I hope that we can do this inside of here. It doesn't look like we do. We need the content. Okay. So this is going to use post.index. And then inside of this, I think it's inside of the content. Yeah, so this one, so we want content. Cool. Okay, this is the one that has our embed code in it. That's great. So to make sure that this works, we can do, let's just return hello world right here. We know that our index is pointing to R1 instead, post.content, and then our feed is posting to it too. So we should expect this to say just a bunch of hello world. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. So now inside of our content, let's get rid of that. And let's use our local embed. Now let's make sure that let's make sure that this is working. So hello world. Cool. Okay, so now we've like isolated the local embed widget that we have. We know that we're working locally. Now we can make whatever changes that we want. We can get into the fun stuff. So cool. So this is how the embed widget happens right now. Talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but we'll talk about it again. We have this embed map. And inside of the embed map, I'm still okay, we have this embed map. We'll get to it in a second. We have this parse URL function, and then we have this parsed, which returns a widget source and props. So when we come into this widget, we're coming in with the that NEAR.Social post, which looks like that. So we're coming in with something like this. We're doing an parsed. Where's parsed? Parsed equals, oh, I see. Okay, so href is coming in like this. So we're getting it from that. When href changes, we're running this memoize function, which parses the URL and grabs the widget source out of it. So it takes out NEAR.Social. It grabs the widget source and the props, widget source and the props. And then we've got this parsed object. And then from this parsed object, we check if the embed map has this widget source inside of it. So this post page. And then if it does, then we want to render this post embed widget, which is because we don't want the entire post page in it. We just want the little post itself. So I bet if we looked at this post embed widget, it's going to be like a really simple implementation of post. Yeah, super small. It's yeah, okay. It hides everything inside of it. That's really elegant, honestly. I like that. Cool. So what I'm thinking though is we want to be able to take in something like easy poll or video or NFTs. And each of these are their own widgets. And so that means that for each of one of them, so people are going to probably like taking a link. Let's actually grab an easy poll link. Nice. Like this one for DD branding. We'll copy a link to it. So this is what we're going to be essentially doing. I imagine that inside of a post, we'll be writing like embed and then this. So we're going to want to be a NEAR.Social instead. Here's our widget source and then our props. And then it looks like, I think that an easy pull widget kind of, does it have way too much inside of it? Or what does it have? Oh, so an easy pull widget is going to pull in the entire, yeah, the entire bit. So we may want to actually go in and find like just the pull itself. Okay, we can do that later. But what I'm thinking is that, so it seems that we want, like, if somebody's going to write in an embed, it's going to be the simple link, and then there's supposed to be a embed widget that's associated with it. Let's grab it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and grab it. Let's go near social. Or it doesn't matter that much. Okay. What I'm thinking is that, so there's going to be like these defaults. Right now we have this default where you can embed any post that you find. And I think that should be okay for everybody. It doesn't matter. Like you don't need to actually install this functionality. So that's like our default embed map. And then so for example, if there's no account ID, we can do like let me think of the best way to do this. What I'm thinking is that, so if we don't have an account ID, then we want to use the default embed map, which is essentially this one. But if we do have a account ID, then we can get like our settings. Social.get account ID / settings. We can just grab all of them. And for now, maybe let's just look at our settings first. Okay, so like these are the settings that I have for my account right now. And typically we've seen settings being used for like customizing the homepage. But we can add settings for what embeddings do you have installed. And I think we could do that inside of maybe something called every embed. And we have this double star, so we would see all of the embeds that we have installed. But maybe first we can hard code it. Sorry, the thing that's getting me tripped up is I'm looking at this new map. I'm trying to figure out how can we add elements to the map. Let's just do chat GPT. And let's do this map. What's the key? First widget source. You get the URL object from entries. Embed map has parsed widget source. You get it parsed by oh, okay. 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 All right. This is what I'm thinking. So we're going to create a new map. And then if there's no account ID, then we want to use the default embed app. Or okay. This is the default embed map. And if there's no account ID, then we want to just go ahead and install this. So what is going on? All right, I'm gonna cheat. I'm too lost in what I'm thinking about, but these were my thoughts earlier. So let me just replace this. Okay. So these were the thoughts I had earlier. We've got our default embeds. We grab our installed embeds from settings. If we have installed embeds, then we want to add them to the embed map. So that's going to be, so it's like for each installed embed, it looks like we're going to do a embed map dot set with the widget source, then embed source. Cool. And then we've got this, which this stuff is all going to be the same. We're going to check how it is. If the embed map does not have this, then we can provide a link, or I think we should also provide a, you can do that. You can also have this button that says like, if you'd like to install, then we can. else you're down here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go for our goal, which is that I want to be able to embed an easy goal. Okay, while that's loading, we do have to find this easy poll. I want just like this minified version of it. Let's go to NEAR.Social. Okay. View poll. What's the source? Is this? That's still too lit. That's still okay. So let's go to the view poll page. View poll. Cool. Does this do what we want? Oh man, it takes so much. Source href. Why does it need href? Oh my God. Okay, we need like a wrapper for this. Source is prop set source. And it looks like I'm just gonna make href be a function. Okay. Let's do poll source equals that one. Okay, whatever. Poll details. If I go into poll details, where's just the poll? Poll title. Oh my God, everything's so connected. What is going on here? Hey, poll details is what we want. But poll details takes in this poll, which is an object. That's why I'm going view poll. But it keeps getting bothered by this. So we've got the source block height. That's just going to be final. That's okay. We're going to parse the poll that we get back. Index version 4. So that's okay. And then, oh, this tabs. Oh, that's why it's getting bothered by this tabs thing. Okay, okay. We'll just grab tabs. Let's go. Okay. So this is our poll embed. We're able to pass it in a source. We want this so that it takes in, so like for example, we'll have this inside of our embeds. Let's say that we're just going to add one that says that it's going to be this, then we want this. And then does it just automatically, if we pass the props still, then we should be good. So we're going to parse it. Okay, that should be good. Come on. Come on. Got our poll embedded. It doesn't look great, but we can fix that later. But that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's okay. So this works, but we're going to comment it out right now because it's not a default. And what we want is we want it that if the user comes onto it and they don't have it installed in their settings, then they should be prompted with the option to add it to their settings. And then when they reload the page, it should be getting it from their settings. And then if it is in their settings, then it should add it to the list. So let's work on this button first. We've taken it away. If I refresh this page, then we should see this button that comes up. Nice. It says that it's not there and it would you like to install. We can make this look better, but that's good. When we click the button, we want to social.set settings every embed into installed embeds plus to widget source embed source to be parsed.widget source. Ah man, the only thing is that we don't really know what the embedded source is when we start it. Whatever. Let's hard code it for now. Let's just make sure that the settings thing works. And then I've got an idea for what we can do for that. So the widget source will be coming from that. That's extra. Okay. So it should come from installed embeds is equal to that, or we'll just give it an empty array. We're always going to have it. So yeah, we can do that. Yep. It's always going to be something since it's a empty array. And then we're going to add it to the list of every embed. And we're going to have the widget source, and then we have this hard coded there. So install embed. And we can cool. Okay. So now when I click install embed, it's gonna say I've got this, adding this to my settings. Save this data. Probably gonna take a minute. Okay, while this is doing that, I'm gonna get into this next idea, which is this like. So the problem is that when we're installing this embed, we don't know what the embed source is. So we like need this object that packages it all together, almost like you're installing a plugin. And it looks like this didn't work how we wanted it to. Okay. This may be giving the issue. Oops. Oh, I think it's this. So I'm looking at my console right here. There we go. Okay, that's cool. I'm doing it down there because we have installed embeds on here. It's because, so that issue right there is because when we do a social.get, it's when it gets this data back, it's going to be stringified data, so we need to parse it. And now I'm just like a little confused. What's going on? So we've got this array of widget source and embed source, which is cool. Maybe we don't need this use effect. But embed map, and then embed map has that parsed. Oh, there we go.
Web3 Twitter polls.
Web3 Twitter post? What? Oh, there it goes.
I said Web3 Twitter polls, dude. That's you. You just did that.
Yeah, yeah. Embedding polls. Let's go, man. It like it's loading really slow. I don't really know why. We can definitely like improve it, but that's it. I mean, we're getting that was an embed that I just installed, and now I bet that if you used it, although I don't know how I could get you to use it right now, this wouldn't show up, and you would have to click that button to install it.
Can you show like the settings where everything's kind of installed? Are you gonna work on like a untrusting or uninstalling?
That's a really good that's a good next step too, actually. Um, uninstalling and then installing a full plugin. Yeah, uh, we can do this. I mean, we can do this. Settings. Oops, that's why. It's there. What's going on? Installed embeds. I guess we know that it's that. Is that the issue? Oh, I don't think that's right. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. And then we could, here's uninstalling. So on click social.set settings, every embed is installed embed stop filter. That would get rid of it. Do I save it as a stringify? Yeah, let's check to make sure. And then the next thing I'm thinking is because maybe this is right now, maybe it's another time. I think I got 15 minutes left. I don't know how long you got shot.
I'm
But-
vibing, bro.
Are you okay? Cool, nice. I'm vibing too. So I just uninstalled. Huh?
When you uninstall things, I would like to see next to the install who else also enabled the same permission, like what we were talking about before.
Oh, when I install, oh, like see how many people have the same widget. same
Yeah,
plugin installed.
in their settings, yeah, like the trust level.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do the next 15 minutes. That, and it's kind of related to it. So we need like right now we're hard coding. Right now, like the only embed that you could install is the easy pull one because we're hard coding the accompanied embed source. But what it should do is that when we come in, we look at this URL, we look at this widget source, and we want to like, if it does not, if our current embed map does not have this widget source, then we want to like get all the available embed plugins that use this widget source. And then with those, each embed plugin will be able to be liked, starred, and you can see who is using it. Okay. Well, maybe we could create a marketplace, which would be like this grid of all the ones that are available. But what does the structure of the ones that are available even look like? And how are we able to check them by widget source? Right here, we pretty much want something that's like this. It's like available plugins. Let's do available embed plugins is equal to social.get star widget, or go with like a thing, I don't know, something something. We'll just call it plugin slash embeds star, and then from those available plugin, we're gonna filter them, yeah, the ones that include that inside of them. And then this would show the embed plugins. You can like choose them. That works. I'm just a little lost on. I'm just lost on this part. It includes. What would that actually do? Oh, okay. So the keys. What this is assuming right here is like, let's say Scott makes one. He would have made an embed plugin. I don't know if I like this, but he would have made one with the key, which is the widget source. There's some problems with that. We can't really do that. So like for the easy pull, there would be one like that. But we can't really do that. What is, huh? Oh. So an embed seems to have a widget source, which is what gets parsed from the link path. And then it has a embed source, which should take the same props from the link path and the minified version in a way. There can be multiple embeds with the same widget source. I could create a version of embedding a post and somebody else could create a version of embedding a post. Needed to be available, searchable. Really hard because we can't, so we pretty much need to wait to like look through all available widget plugins and it needs to like match this, which we can't totally do with like a social.kit. I'm thinking a lot about how we could do like we don't really want if we've got NDC plug made a plugin and is offering it. It's just like something. This is stringified, so we're not able to like look into that. We could look into the metadata, which could have a certain field in it that's like widget source, but I don't really love that. It could have a tag, but I don't think a tag can have slashes inside of it. Let's just do a widget source. I don't think that this is the best way to do it, but it's a way that we can scaffold it and then we can make it better. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's make a marketplace. And then for this marketplace, I already have this widget created. This one. And let's say yes, it's a the, the social the keys of yeah, let's do slash plugin type embed. And let's create a form where we can also add. So on click, it'll be like set show creator true. Or let's do Let's do we'll create one called creator really quick. In it, it has a wait, shit, where did I have that? Hyperfiles. Sorry, one sec. I'm trying to build a form and I'd like to use something I've already built. Cool. Okay. And then creator. Inside of here, what really matters is the widget source. And then another one for the embed source. Okay. So we can now go to Everything.dev/embed near widget marketplace. Cool. Now we can like create request merge. Where did that come from? Oh. Create embed plugin. Okay, cool. Now I've got this plugin creator. And when we create a plugin, it's going to be a social.set. We're talking about how we're going to save it as plugin embed can generate a UID for it. I think that's good. Inside of it, we're going to have this JSON stringified widget source and embed source. And then with metadata, we're going to have name description, and let's just do the widget source in there. To do hack, but at least this will do it. Okay, so for example, in our embed, we want to create one called if it comes in with easy pull, then we want to use embeds that. So that's going to create a plugin embed. This crazy thing. Let's not do a random UID. I don't want that right now. Let's have this be the name. Cool. All right, we're going to create a plugin, type embed. And it's got the widget source in here. That'll work for now. I think that like the ultimate solution is using NEAR query API indexer that like watches certain widgets of type plugin that use some sort of something else inside of it. And we want this to be sorted by widget source rather than the client having to grab all of them and then filter for the widget sources that we have. Because we can update this. So this is going to grab all of them and then embed plugins from the available object keys of this. So now we're looking at this thing. We're going to filter through them of available if the metadata widget source is wait, we're going to filter. We're going to filter out the ones that are not equal to it. So yeah, we want that. Okay, and then embed plugins. So we can do like it could be like embed plugins that length question mark. If not, no plugins found for this widget source. Otherwise, let's give you a button. Or yeah. It's going to be like uh, oh, plugins stuff. For each of them, widget source is equal to it. Okay. Okay, so we've created the plugin. We don't have anything installed. Hopefully that plugin should show right here with the option to install it. Oh, it does work. Though, oh, I see. Okay, so for each one, then we want this. We're gonna return that. It's because it's stringified, so we want to do the plugin is equal to JSON, that parse of it. And then this will be oh, it's like it that. It's like plugin. Plugin. Cool. Except it's still not working. How come? Embed plugins is object.keys. We're going to filter it out. Oh, I see. So it should be available embed plugins that it of this. What's going on? Close. It's just not I'm just not reading the data right. Oh, there's available plugins. That it. Oh, because it does the whole thing. That really? Why is it doing that? Wait, what? Okay, so embed plugins this is just totally wrong right here. This is just totally 100% wrong. And that's because what we're getting back is an object that looks like near plugin embed. Then it's got that and the metadata. I see. Okay. So we're gonna get all of them. We don't want the keys. It's like you want the all right, we're gonna chat GPT this. I can't think that this hard right now. Wait, that's not even working? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. So it's embed plugin is actually going to equal filter by available. That, yes. Please work. Let's go. Okay. So this is matching correctly. And now it's going to break once we make another one because it's going to be an array rather than an object. No, it's not. It's always going to work. Okay, cool. But what we do want is that it should be it that JSON parse that. Okay. It that JSON parse. Cool. Cool. That's what we wanted. And now, okay, so I'm scrolling down the feed. I see that somebody embedded something that I don't know what it is. I'm presented with these options for what I can install in order to see them. be nice to be able to see. So we can pull over the widget card from the other one and put it here, which would actually be really nice. And then you could also see the stars and the likes on it. We'll do that next, but ultimately you're going to come in and you're going to click this button and you're going to install your embed, and then you're going to refresh the page and it's going to work. Do that here. That's nice. And what we can do so that there's like some consistency is there's this item right here, which we're using to like render. So we can actually look at this marketplace. We should see one in our marketplace right now. Items. Process things. So we're going to get all of the ones that have this. And then count entries by but you refresh the page and it works. All right, so we're good. It's really just cleaning stuff up now and just making it so that people can attest to embeds so that you can know that they're trusted. Cleaning it up, it'd be nice to reuse a lot of components. It looks like, yeah, it looks like we're not getting all of them. So plugin. I don't know why that's. Okay, so there's our embed. So we're coming in for the entries of each data. We're doing accounts. Account 0. Okay. So this is the entry plugin.embed.map. plugin embed. Yeah, there's no map. It's just the key. The- This is just the value. So um, all right. I'm getting a little lost. I'm going a little bit over more time than I wanted. But what are you thinking, chat? You still there?
Yeah, just also cooking up.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
You need me to save a component? Get some multiplayer views going on?
actually, you want to create an embed?
Yeah, well, where I do that at, send me the link in the chat.
There is this one
Yeah,
called bot.
let me um will this work? What could we do? We could do NF what is do we have links to NFTs?
What do you mean by links? You like, do we have an NFT component?
Yeah, so actually, yeah, you should just copy and paste the NFT component twice right here. I think the embed version of an NFT is the same as a link.
Wait, explain that. You want me to navigate to the widget you're on right now, or?
1 second. It's taking a really long time to save.
Dude, it might have already saved. I'm on your widget.
Especially
You're on this one? Embed creator?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say then in the data, in the widget source and the embed source, we could just do if you have a widget one, or I mean a NFT, that'd be good.
I gotta look for the component. I'm looking on the
Yeah, no,
Telegram
it's
bot.
all good.
It's like it has all the footer and the nonsense. So I'm gonna look for like an isolated component, but
Yeah.
actually not the C planet stuff. Let me look at the we redeployed everything on boss Dutch and dropped down near actually like all the components based on the workspace. So.
Um, okay.
What do I put on embed source?
You could just probably copy and paste both of them. It could probably be the same for both of them. It's like yeah. If it doesn't work, then that means that we have to put in the functionality for editing. And that's okay too.
All right, now what? After I say I chose the widget path as the embed. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, exactly. You just like copy and paste the same thing twice.
Yeah, it's under plug rel.near. I saw an update on the social graph, but it didn't. It's supposed to show something. All right, let me refresh.
Yeah, so yours is here. It's here. It's one of these two. So that's helpful because what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that they actually read. I'm reading the data wrong. Um, okay. Account ID is account 0. That's that. And then account 1 is, I don't know if I want object.entries. I think that might be what's freaking me up. Or, yeah, it's not. Oh, I know. There we go. Okay, boom. And then inside of here, we can do. Wait, what's going on? What? That's not making sense. What happens when we're creating to plug in, embed that the JSON string file. Okay, and this. I don't get what's going on here. JSON parse. Am I going crazy? What's this? NEAR.Social. Oh, what's the name? What's the name coming from? What is name? Item. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Oh, because that's the block height. Oh, 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 okay. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And then, okay. Count ID, name, and the data. There we go. Nice. Okay, so you put in this NFT card index. This NFT card. Cool. Now we can like them. Let's see. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's uninstall them again. Let's clean this up. But we've got all the working parts. And we're just about an hour into it. A little more than an hour. Yeah. What did I do? I made one called settings. See the ones. Now I'm gonna uninstall it. So I think there's a lot of code cleanup that we could do. So the marketplace has like it's like an array or it's a feed of all of these. I think that I don't love that we're doing this. I don't think like we're doing this while we're also doing this. And one doesn't have to be one or the other doesn't have to be done. It should just be one request. Maybe it should happen here. This is also definitely there's something messed up about that, but that's okay for now. And then settings can also I also want this to share one of these like embed plugin items. But we can clean all that up. And the last thing that was requested was the oh, you want to see how many people have a certain setting installed.
Yep.
That's a little tough. Because so we want to get all it's like so we're getting all of the embeds, all of the plugins. It's not even in the marketplace. It's like for each one of these, you want to get all and then filter. It's gonna be so compute crazy to do that all the time. I think that just has to be done with a NEAR API query indexer. So honestly, I think this is where I want to end it in a way. That's okay. I'll wrap this up.
Are you gonna give like a summary of what happened for the TikTok? Give me a TikTok
Yeah.
bite real quick.
I got you. Let me prepare. Let me clean. Can I clean this just a little bit? Um,
You're in a workspace right now, or are you copying and pasting and saving on the IDE, on the web IDE?
I'm in a workspace, but I'll deploy all these. I'll honestly, I just have to. I have to get ready and I have to go in like the next hour. So that's kind of my thing. But my plan is I want to clean all this up and then I will reply back to Eugene's post with all this more. But okay, let me get this ready. Man, I'd really like this to be just like clean. Okay, 1 second. Cool. Okay. And then we can do this. Wait, shit.
Damn, you trying to do spring cleaning out here? You trying to dust the floors, vacuum the
Yeah,
ceiling, all that right now.
trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
for TikTok, man.
I just want that to just like look better right here. Uh, but man, maybe the metadata has that. It, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Okay, whatever. Plug in. Ah, fuck. Let's do this. Um, if plugin. There we go. Then we'll just return. We're gonna hack it. Do this. Oops. Ah, okay. I think this should be good. This should still look the same. Cool. This should look slightly better. And we'll just make this okay. Okay, okay. Where's the fucking button now? Cool. Okay. All right. Where am I? Cool. Okay, so there we go. Today what we did, we started thinking about embeds and how to allow users to embed their own types of widgets inside of posts. We started off with what Eugene had and tried to think about how could we make it so that users could scroll on. If they don't have something embedded, they could install it. So we were focusing a lot on polls. So today I wanted to be able to embed an easy poll I do not have the easy pull embed installed in my settings. So I'll be prompted with the option to install one of the available plugins that we created. So this is it. We're going to save it. We built this marketplace of plugins so that people can go ahead and start creating their own things for what they want to embed. Once this installs,
It installed. I got an on-chain notification.
oh, okay, so now with the plugin installed, when this renders, we should see our embedding of an easy pull.
Think it's rendering. Like, what do you think is like the future of this? Like, what are you thinking? We're mentioning showing kind of the likes. Are we also thinking of like, yeah, what else?
Yeah, so I think first of all, for something like specifically for this poll widget, I think it'd be nice to clean it all up so that it was smaller and could actually load faster. I would like multiple different options for each type of plugin. So we can almost, we already have likes and stars on plugins. So if there could be, people could create their own ways to embed easy pull widgets, and some could be better or worse than others. And then next we could explore how NFTs could be embedded or other things such as videos, whatever we want to be able to support. And we want to be able to see people creating their own embeddable plugins. We want to see them starring them, liking them. We would love to see how many of them have been installed by other users. I think that that's going to involve implementing the NEAR query API in some capacity to try and make this all go much faster. But there we have it. You can,
Yeah.
we
I
can
would also
embed.
like, yeah, I would also like to see like feeds based on different embeds. Like, I would love to see a feed of just easy pull embeds and then a feed of like just NFT embeds, and like kind of have like a social element around components.
Definitely, definitely. And we can do that with this for sure. It's a great idea. Cool.
I dope, beautiful process. The actual only code review where we did where the thing was coded. So lit. Awesome. See you,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for having me. I had fun today. We'll do another one next time.
Awesome. Yeah, I like these. I like these freestyles. It's like, shout out to you, MVP. Peace.